What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, and today I'm going to react for you to the Crow 2024 trailer. Now, I've heard about this trailer for about a week or so now, and I haven't had a chance to watch it. But talking to Black Bane today, he was asking me about it, and I thought it behooved me to go ahead and watch it and get it out the way before anything else got spoiled. I already found out that Bill Skarsgård is playing Eric Draven, which I didn't know, and then I already found out that it was going to be more of a love story, but super violent. Like, okay, um, I go back with the Crow to the 90s and the comic books before Brandon Lee took on the role because he loved the comics so much and really was putting his all into it. It ended up being tragically killed on the set of that movie. And having a couple of other actors, I believe it was Mark DaCosta, coming in and filling in Brandon Lee's stead to finish out that movie, which gave it its cult following. Outside of that, the comic, I believe I still own a couple of the original James O'Barr comics with the Crow and stuff like that. And it looks kind of similar cover art to what's his name? God dang it. The Neil Gaiman character. Similar kind of art style to the Sandman character. So I know the character. I'm interested in the character. I have seen all the Crow movies, and I can tell you the best one was the first one. The other three were garbage. Shout out to David S. Goyer. So a new Crow movie in 2024 with all we have going on now. Let's just see what I'll just see what the hell it is, because I can't say my hopes are extremely high for it, but I have to look at it through the 2024 lens and not the 1990s lens of, trying to make the comic book. Nowadays, people are more apt to use a comic book to make the agenda. So I guess I'll see what I'll see in this. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. Fingers crossed. And here we go.
What's the first thing you liked about me?
I thought that you were quite brilliantly broken.
You feel like my person?
You feel like my person.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I saw things. I shouldn't have seen any of it.
Julie! Julie! Please don't do this!
At least they're being accurate to why they get killed. Explain it.
When someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead.
We must the land of the dead.
And sometimes something so bad happens that the soul cannot rest. Until you put the wrong things right. You were given the power of a god.
But you're running out of time to save her. I'm gonna kill them. Every single one of them. I killed you. Yeah, you did.
We have a problem. He came for us. First
It's
impulse,
a little bit more like the comic.
anger.
It's not anger. It's love.
Look at what you've become. You know that love promises only pain. You have no idea what hell awaits you. No, I do.
How many people have you loved?
I'll never be alone.
All right. Well, that was the Crow trailer. So what am I seeing in it? I like Bill Skarsgård. His look for the Crow, because Bill Skarsgård is so freaking tall and gangly looking, means that his Crow will look a bit odd and different. It won't be, Pennywise the clown, odd in a sense, but he does a lot of stuff with his body that will make this character stand out a bit. Okay. Understand if I'm remembering correctly, from the original comic, the Crow was kind of tall and gangly. That Brandon Lee playing the character was kind of short. It's just what it is. But it lended him more to looking like that Sandman character, that he was somebody kind of scary looking. Okay. The way they're going with this character, that is more about love than anger, yes, because that's what the whole point of the Crow coming back was. It wasn't because he was just angry. It was because he loved his girl, I believe it was Julia, so much. That's why he came back. That is part of the vengeance. The vengeance is spurned by this love that was taken from him and the love that he had for her. Not just for the sake of coming back and killing people because it's fun and groovy. No, it's about love. Love is a stronger emotion. So I don't mind that so much. The fact that they race swapped Julia doesn't matter nowadays. I mean, they do it with every character. I'm surprised they didn't race swap the Crow. I mean, they do it with everybody. Right. So that is not that big of a deal. She kind of looks hot in a weird, not even gothic, but I would say a Euro trash Russian kind of way with the big fuzzy dirty coat and stuff like that. I felt like partway through it, I was watching another installment of Fight Club or something like that. Right. So I'm wondering, specifically with two things. One, with Bill Skarsgård's makeup. I believe his makeup is more in keeping with later comics. Not the initial comic, but the later comics. I have to actually go through my boxes now and find those later comics so I can actually refresh myself on them, because that book is not even in publication right now. It's not. So, but with that, I will say I get concerned about the fight scenes. Now, the reason the original Crow in the 90s was such a big hit is because Brandon Lee was such a fan of this character. And Brandon Lee, being the son of Bruce Lee, was a very skilled martial artist. That's what he brought to that character. That wasn't in the character. That's what he brought to the character. And that's what made it, outside of his death, so iconic. Right, that you have this character, because make no mistake about it, Eric Draven was just a rock star. He wasn't really a fighter. He was a musician, right? But Brandon Lee instilling the martial arts aspect to it gave that character a little different life when he got into a fight scene. Now, Bill Skarsgård, although he is tall and gangly, I haven't seen him be very physical or good in a fight. So that's why I'm seeing a lot of scenes of him using guns and getting killed and shot and, stabbed and stuff like that as being what they will sell this character on, which is that the character cannot die. Okay. So I am curious to see how the fight scenes go. If it's just going to be a version of what could be the Punisher in makeup, pretty much. Because from that scene where he open dude's brain to the world, that's what it looks like. It looks like an episode of the Punisher. It's like, is this Warzone 2? Which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but what's the story holding it all together? So I don't mind the look of him so much. I think that taller, leaner guy will make it look creepier. It will make it look a little bit more creepy. Beyond that, the actress, some of the villains that they have in there, these are actors that I do like. I'm not thinking of their names right now because this is a reaction. I haven't pulled it up IMDb and read everybody's name. None of that shit. It's coming all out of the wet work, okay? Or the wetware, I should say, not the wet work. But I would be interested to see that this summer. I would actually go and watch that this summer and want to be entertained, so to speak, because, like I said, I'm a fan of the Crow character. I'm a fan of the idea of the Crow character, and so seeing that trailer, I'd be curious to see how they spun that. But me liking the movie overall is going to be based on the story that they tell, and from what I'm seeing, it looks all right. I'm not worried about it. So that's it on that one. So just as, a pause on that, I'm going to say the reaction, I'm curious. I'm happy to see it. And I'm curious enough to go watch it and give it, its due time to entertain me. And if it does that, I'll give it a good review. And if it doesn't, I won't. It's just what it is. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Like, share, subscribe. I have been Artisan MC, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.